Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon bringing you guys a divine feminine reading today. And so this is going to be for those of you that are on the twin flame journey. So I'm going to be speaking directly to divine feminines out there. I may refer to the divine feminine as she or her. And we're going to be focusing not only on you, but also on the masculine and this journey. And so for the masculine, I'll probably say he or him, but I do realize that those energies can be different. So just please apply them how they resonate for your situation. And as usual, of course, take what resonates and get rid of what doesn't. Not every single week that you guys see readings from me are you going to, or maybe even are meant to resonate with the messages. So you guys always have to just kind of, if it's hitting you in a certain way and it's just not you're not feeling it, it's because I'm not tapped into your energy this week. So totally okay to skip it if it doesn't work. So we are going to be tapping into the Kuan Yin Orgonite from Wing and Bell. So I will put them down below for the divine feminine's energy. I finally lost a nail. Last time I was talking to you guys, this nail was loose. I finally lost it. And what's crazy is that whenever it flipped off in the kitchen, I couldn't find it. It seriously went into a dark abyss. It just disappeared. So I couldn't even super glue it back on, and it just sucks because I can't get my nails done. Yes, I know there's worse things out in the world right now, but that's why I have this ugly Band-Aid. Anyways, just wanted to let you guys know that. So each deck that I'm using, and just so you guys know, I'm not using any of my own decks today. I wasn't called to do it. Not every single reading am I called to use my own deck. So I wanted to step out of that energy and I wanted to bring forth some new decks. Some decks I haven't used in a while. So you guys might see some fresh new decks here. So everything will be listed down below and I'll let you guys know what I'm using as I shuffle each deck. So I did create an outline. I actually came up with this last night. And so, I put a lot of thought into this and I allowed Spirit to be my guide as far as what we needed to hear today. So let's get into it. The very first thing that we're going to focus on is the divine feminine's biggest struggle right now and what is most challenging her currently on her journey. So I wanted to tap into these cards here. This is called the Essential Oil Oracle, which is kind of a really cool deck, actually. It's very unique. And I wanted to combine them with this deck here, which is called the Dreamer's Journey Major Arcana Oracle. I believe this deck is no longer in print, but I will still put her information below because at some point in time she may reestablish this deck or reprint it. So just wanted to tell you guys that. So we're going to grab 3 cards. And this deck is pretty stiff, so I'm going to break it up in 2. And you know what? I might just rip off this Band-Aid because it's actually creating more of a issue for me right now. I wanted to cover up the ugliness, but it is what it is. I'm taking it off. Yeah, here we go. There you go. All right. Much easier for me to navigate these cards without that stupid Band-Aid. All right. So I just wanted to shuffle that, shuffle this, and then we'll combine it together. All right. What is the biggest struggle and challenge for the divine feminine currently on her journey? So we're going to grab 3 cards and we're going to clarify here. We have Fennel, aligned. Okay, so the way that these cards work is very cool. There's a trigger statement and then there's a truth statement. So this might be something that we are currently struggling with right now, is being aligned. So the trigger statement is, it is not my fault. Okay, so we might be going through some sort of blame. Maybe we're blaming someone else. Maybe we're even blaming the divine masculine as to where we're at currently on our journey or in our lives, what we have, what we don't have, what we've experienced, what we haven't experienced. So we have this energy here. The true statement is, I take full responsibility. So right here, this is kind of like a shadowy statement. This is when we get into our ego and our fear and we're looking to perhaps blame someone else for our issues and our problems, okay? So this doesn't have to resonate with you. Maybe there are other messages that will come through, but if this is resonating with some of you guys, Spirit has something to say about this. So we're going to read the energy on the bottom. It says, shift into your body and listen. Release the emotions you have been storing and move forward. So fennel, of course, could be something that if you guys have, or some sort of an essential oil that you are able to order, this could technically help with releasing any kind of energies here that you're holding on to. Now, I don't know a lot about essential oils, so, just take that message very lightly, but look into it. And maybe fennel is some sort of healing property for helping you to align to your inner truth rather than being stuck in the ego. That's what I'm getting here. So let's go ahead and clarify this. Very interesting. Let's clarify this energy. What is the energy here of aligned? We have distraction. That's very interesting to me. And one of my favorite things to say is interesting. So I'm going to probably say it like a million times in this reading. So focus your thoughts and energy. Get clear about your goals and vision. Unnecessary clutter and complication. It says creating commotion, be in the present moment. So these types of thoughts, Divine Feminine, is just a distraction on your journey. Blaming other people. And I'm not here to say that you guys are doing this, because if that's not resonating with you and you're not doing this, maybe this is even an older energy, that's something you've already cleared. But if you still find yourself kind of blaming other people or the Divine Masculine, let's just say in particular, for your issues and problems now, it doesn't mean that those things didn't happen. It doesn't mean that those things aren't valid. But it's time to shift from that energy into an energy where you're ready to release it, because there's some sort of a distraction on your journey right now that is actually taking you out of alignment with yourself. So whatever this behavior is, whatever you're engaging in, Spirit is saying it is distracting you from basically feeling aligned on your own journey and living in your own truth. So I take full responsibility for what's happened in my life or what isn't happening in my life, and I move forward. So I'm going to read this again. Shift into your body and listen and release the emotions that you have been storing and move forward. So this is not a time to be stuck in these weeds of your thoughts and your mind. It is time to clear this so that way you can get back into alignment with yourself and continue on your journey. Because there may be other things right now that you need to do on your journey. But if you're distracted by your Divine Masculine and what he's doing or what he's not doing, it's literally just distracting you from your purpose at this point. So let's go ahead and get another message. We have protective, immune. That's kind of interesting, the way that this is coming up with the crisis in the world right now, right? Immune. I am not safe. That is the trigger statement. There could be some energy here for the feminine where she doesn't feel safe. She feels afraid. Maybe she feels that she needs to protect herself. Now this energy here, this is green. So this could be protecting her heart chakra energy. The true statement though is I am secure. I'm secure on my own. I'm going to be okay. This could even be in relation to giving your masculine another chance. Maybe some Divine Feminines are in this energy where they don't feel safe. But I am secure enough to know that even if I move forward, and let's just say give this connection another chance, that I am going to be okay. That message is coming through. Fill any areas of energetic weakness with strength. You can walk easily knowing that you are safe and protected. So a lot of us, yes, there are certain feelings that we have, our intuition, something inside of us that tells us, maybe that's not such a good idea. That's our intuition, that's our inner gut. Those our instincts, our guides that are basically helping us to navigate situations that either A, aren't good for us, or B, maybe a waste of our time. But what I'm getting is that this is straight up fear. If you're fearing something, and I'm talking about, you think about it and it's just like, oh my gosh, like I don't even think I could ever do that again. That's fear. That doesn't mean that you have to tackle those things, and it doesn't mean you need to go and participate with those things that freak you out. But when we place a lot of fear around a situation, we're literally just in this barrier state where we're not even living anymore because we're so busy putting up this, shield basically around ourselves now. And what we're doing is we're actually blocking out all the good because we're so busy trying to protect ourselves and bunker down, right? So this could also be distracting. I'm just going to pick up that energy as well. That could be very distraction. That could be taking you out of alignment with yourself, is by being too afraid of this journey, too afraid of this masculine, too afraid of anything now, too afraid to open your heart and love again, to put yourself out there in any way, shape, or form moving forward. Being afraid to live, being afraid to make plans for your future because you don't know what's happening with the masculine. There's all kinds of energies that are coming up. So let's get a clarifier. We have karma. Damn, this is the Justice card, number 8 in this deck. different tarot decks, you guys, it's either 8 or 11. Strength and justice are interchangeable there. But this is the justice card. I'm going to read it. Honesty, justice, fairness, and correct action. You have created where you are based on past actions. The future can be changed by a lesson learned now. So this is not to indicate, and it's kind of, you see how both of these cards look very similar? Some kind of blaming someone, and I'm going to say it's probably the masculine, you guys, because we're very tapped into our journey through this reading. We're very tapped into the masculine throughout this reading. For some of you, though, you can apply it to other things. But I feel right now that maybe feminines out there, or at least some feminines out there, are experiencing this need to have this justice, this need for the masculine to basically come back correct. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if we're holding on to this energy and we're waiting for this justice and it's not coming and we feel slighted, we feel like it's not fair, this is an energy that's only going to distract us on our journey right now. Karma has its way with everyone, even including your divine masculine. So it's not like a matter of if it's going to happen. It's a matter of when. It will happen if it hasn't happened already. And the thing is, when people get dealt their karma, we don't always have the luxury of either seeing it, experiencing it, or knowing it. Sometimes these things are happening and people keep things under tight wraps. Their lives are falling apart and they're not letting anybody know. Maybe social media shows somebody doing very well, but on the inside, somebody is crumbling. So again, we don't really know what's happening 100% with everyone, including our divine masculine, because sometimes the people that we're energetically connected to can purposely put up a shield, a protective barrier around themselves. Maybe things are falling apart for you, divine feminine, but maybe your social media, and this is just an example, is showing otherwise. So nobody really knows what's going on with anybody when there are these protective shields that are going up. So I just keep getting here with this opening message is that this feminine right now may be distracting herself with feelings of things not being fair and blaming her masculine for a lot of her miseries at this present time. And what Spirit is saying is that you are protected, you are safe, even moving forward. Focus more on your journey and your mission and try to focus less on what the masculine is doing or not doing because it's distracting you on your journey. This karma will have its day with the masculine and he will learn what he needs to learn in his own way. But you cannot deliver this lesson to your masculine. You might be a part of it, but you can't be that, the judge of when that's going to happen and how it's going to happen and how it's going to turn out because of it. We got to stop wasting our time with this kind of energy. So kind of a little bit of an eye opener here for some feminines out there if we're feeling some kind of darker energy right now. We have, and I forgot to say this here. Protective. Okay, I think that's just an oil. Now we have geranium, which is a flower, right? So nurturing. This is the trigger statement. I am all in my head. Oh my God, right? These are just our thoughts, you guys. That's not our truth. It's just our ego. It's just our fear here. So the true statement is that I create with pleasure. This is beautiful. So very nurturing energy. So it's time to nurture yourselves, divine feminines. This says, take time to rest, and in that time, be open to creative pursuits. Surround yourself with things that please your senses and be gentle with yourself. So again, it's not a time to distract yourself with lower vibrational energy, which would be blaming, which would be waiting for justice to be served. Putting up a protective barrier to where now you're not even able to open yourself up to live life in general because you're so closed down. That's for some out there. But this right here is telling you, get out of your head and get more into living. And that might be very difficult, of course, for some people right now with a lot of things that are going on in the world. But what more of a perfect moment to spend some time indoors and maybe do certain things that you've been putting off or haven't been able to do because you haven't had the time. Maybe some of us have more time than we did before. And so in a way, it's kind of like you're able to get creative. You're able to do things that you haven't been, either doing for a while or whatever. So this is the perfect opportunity. So there's blessings in disguise is what I'm getting during this period of time where you can really take that time to take care of yourself and nurture yourself, Divine Feminines. All right, let's get the last message to clarify. Exploration. I'm getting get out and explore. And again, it's really difficult to bring that message given everything that's happening right now. But this is about maybe inner exploration. So this says expedition, adventure, travel, obviously somewhat difficult right now. Get out and explore in nature. Technically, you could step outside. Maybe you want to go for a hike or something like that. We're not really in the public place with a lot of people, but, take that as it resonates for you. We could be spending time, just like I said, just by stepping outdoors into our backyard and sitting in nature, because that could be very rejuvenating. It says an opportunity that's worth considering may present itself. So the thing is, as long as we're protecting ourselves, as long as we're distracting ourselves with this darker energy, we're not going to be able to see that there are opportunities out there for us to grow and to be creative and to experience pleasure. So that, for whatever reason, is the opening messages for the Divine Feminines right now. So let's go ahead and shift gears. Let's go now into the energies of what Spirit wants you to know in regards to what new behaviors or approaches can best assist you with these challenges that just came up. So kind of like this is advice from Spirit right now with everything that just came through. We've got the nature whispers and the whispers of love. So what will assist you right now or help you with your current challenges and mindsets at this time? These are things to consider. We have be your best self always. Beautiful. We have be spontaneous, which is kind of like that energy of the geranium. It's like letting go and being more adventurous, and then also with the exploration card. And last, maintain your childlike spirit. So, a lot of creative inner child spirit energy is came through the last time that I had done a reading. I think it was on Tuesday. It's definitely a time to get creative. It's definitely a time to do things that you've been wanting to do for a while that don't require maybe you leaving the house. But yes, it's about you being your best self today and, always. That's literally what it says. Be your best self always. So I'm going to bring this up because I have to. I work with a lot of people when it comes to the twin flame journey. And sometimes people are only interested in doing the work in order to get a result with the masculine. And that's very human to feel that way. It's very human to want to have some sort of a result at the end. I mean, a lot of people work and they work for a paycheck and there's that reward. So it's not abnormal for people to feel that way. But when it comes to unconditional love and when it comes to this journey and when it comes to working on yourself, sometimes you don't have that external reward to where you can say, this was worth it, this was worth the sacrifice, all that. Sometimes your prize is that you are living your best life, that you have healed, that you have become a better person, that you are stronger than you were before. Sometimes that's what you get. And it should be enough, but sometimes for people, it's not. I do hear this statement in my comments section. What's the point if I'm not going to end up with my masculine? Now, that is very attached thinking. That's a very ego way of looking at the twin flame journey. And I'm not here to school anybody or instruct anybody because everybody's journey is different. But if let's just say a twin flame wasn't destined for reunion in this life, again, who's out there claiming that they know everything about the twin flame journey? I'm here to say, I don't really know. I don't really know what's meant to be and what's not meant to be. There's no Bible or booklet on twin flames. And even if there is, where the fuck did that come from, right? So it's all about your own personal journey and your personal connection and experience with your divine masculine. And your divine masculine is the perfect counterpart to help you to see all of these different things about yourself and to be the best version of yourself, and you for him as well, which is why this connection was created. But there are no guarantees, of course, with anything in life. And so that's just my approach. I don't like to go into anything with, I need something to happen or else forget it. And there are some people that are on this journey that they don't want to be on it unless it's going to lead to union. And to me, you're really robbing yourself of the experience of what this twin flame journey can be all about, which is being the best version of yourself. So my point is, I feel like that's why that card's coming up, because it says, be your best self always. Would you stop being your best self? Would you stop trying? Would you stop growing if you knew that your masculine was not going to perhaps choose you right now or later or ever? Some people might say, yeah, why would I even bother then? Why would I waste my time on this journey? Again, that mindset of doing something to get something, we've really got to figure out, what that's all about, right? What that's all about. So there's a message there for that. Be your best self always, no matter what the hell is going to happen, right? Be your best self, no matter what. Living your best life, that's enough. That's enough. Being healed, being empowered, feeling stronger, that's enough. Let's clarify that. We have romance. Hey, I like this. It says, lavish the one that you love with your personal attention and affection. So what I'm getting from Spirit, you guys, is that the more that you are just living your best life, this energy actually attracts this connection, attracts this romantic energy from the masculine. That's literally what I'm getting here. So it's Spirit's way of telling you guys that when you live your best life and you don't really have any expectations, it's amazing how the universe and just energies that are around you, including your divine masculine, are actually more magnetically attracted to come your way because you're just doing your own thing. You're just minding your own business. You're just basically kind of moving forward and saying, hey, no matter what happens, I'm cool. I'm living my best life. That kind of energy is very attractive and very magnetic and very non-attached. And it's like you get what you're looking for and more of what you want in this life when you're not actually pushing for it. That is the message, you guys. It's amazing. It is amazing. All right, so we have be spontaneous. And so, of course, be spontaneous. So I've got some workers out there working on they're doing construction. All right. So if you guys hear noise, that's what it is. Be spontaneous. So, of course, this is about having a little bit more fun in your life, letting go a little bit. Not everything has to be cookie cutter. Not everything has to be perfectly planned. Maybe just let go a little and live a little. Let's get the message here. We have to have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. So again, this is about letting go. Letting go and having a little bit more faith that Spirit wouldn't have led you down this path for absolutely nothing. Now, some of us, it may not be exactly what we think it is, and that's okay. But what I'm getting here is that in the end, and throughout this journey in your life, you're going to be blessed. You're going to be blessed with transformation and healing and love and light and happiness and joy. So despite what's going on or what happens or what doesn't happen, have faith that this situation is for your highest good. Okay? Highest good. Maintain your childlike spirit. Again, don't allow this connection and what's happened or not happened to basically dim your light. Don't allow it to rob you of your innocence, of your playful side. Don't allow it to put up such a protective barrier around you to where you're no good for the rest of your life because of this connection. This connection was not designed to destroy you. Yes, it was designed to challenge you. It was designed to help you to see certain things about yourself for improvement, but it was not meant to destroy you and keep you on your bathroom floor to where you can't get up and you basically just don't want to move on or live any longer. That's not why it was designed. We, with our very ego and human attachments, can turn into that. So if you're suffering, it is because of your own thoughts about the situation. That's not what this journey is all about. It's not about constant suffering. So if you're in a state of constant suffering, it doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you less than. It just means that you've got some more work to do. Turn on your heart light exactly, okay? Because the message that I'm getting very clear and strong from Spirit right now is that some of you guys have turned off your heart light over this situation. Some of you guys are dimming your light because of what's not happening on this journey. So this says, allow yourself in this moment to reflect on a time that you experience love. The thing is, what you experience with your divine masculine, you connected to that energy because that energy is divine. There's something very special about this energy that you have with your divine masculine. So just because your masculine may not be in the energy where he is able to reciprocate that, or he is awakened enough to be able to take a chance on this kind of connection, or that he feels ready for it, don't allow that to turn your light off now. This is about you continuing on in your full capacity of a divine feminine, with your heart light on and ready to go and ready to shower the world with your love and your light and being in your service and in your mission. So stop letting, if this is a problem for you, stop letting what's happening on your twin flame journey with your divine masculine stop you from living your purpose. Don't allow it to basically destroy everything about you that's good. This is a time for you to step into more faith and realize and trust that you are on this journey for a reason, and that this is just a part of the journey, literally, is all the things that you're experiencing. But it doesn't have to be miserable if you are in a lower vibrational energy. So that is advice from Spirit right now on all of the things that maybe are triggering us at this point. So now we're going to go into where is the divine masculine at currently on his journey, just in general. So we're going to go ahead and go into the Mermaid Oracle, and we're going to go into this Mermaid Tarot. Where is the divine masculine currently at on his journey right now towards ascension? Where is he at on his spiritual journey and awakening process? All right, where is he at in his mental thoughts, his mental state? We have time now. So this right here, if you are experiencing some sort of quiet time, you're experiencing your masculine, as in you guys are not in communication, he's pulled away. Maybe you've had to pull away. It could go either way. But this says awareness, contemplation, solitude, and time alone. So that's actually a really beautiful card because this is kind of like the Hermit's energy. The Hermit goes within himself in order to get the answers that he is seeking. So the masculine is aware, perhaps, that maybe there is an issue, maybe there is a problem, maybe that he needs to improve something about his life. And so that might be one of the reasons why he is perhaps pulling himself away from the feminine right now. Let's get a clarifier on that. We have the Devil's energy. Well, that makes a lot of sense. The Devil's energy is all about just darker energy, our ego being trapped. We can see this mermaid who is trapped in these confines, this cage that is confining. that is basically creating the illusion that we are trapped, that we are bound to something perhaps that is unhealthy. So I'm just going to go through a list of what these things could be. We could be talking about a masculine who's very focused on materialism, money, what he has, his possessions. Could be very focused on the outer layers of people rather than on the inner. Maybe this masculine feels that if he looked better, or if he, had more money, that he would actually be happier. And so there's something about this that is changing, something about this time out where he is facing his darkness, where he is facing his issues, where he is facing what he needs to let go of. This could be an unhealthy relationship. This could be childhood trauma. This could be codependency on a person or something, some sort of an addictive behavior. This can also be somebody who is, very much only able to connect with people physically and sexually. And so they might be really wanting to pull out of that energy because they don't know how to connect with people on any other level. So they may just be, abstinent from even sex at this time is what I'm getting to. Not wanting to participate in any connection, no matter what it is, whether it's just physical, temporary, or long-term and deep. I feel like this masculine is taking a time out from everything right now. So what's going on in his emotions? Farewell to the moon. So just the word farewell to me is about saying goodbye to something. The moon is about cycles, okay? The moon is about cycles. The moon is about, growth and development, things are basically happening or I can't think of the word I want to use, just unwinding or I can't think of it. Forget it. Anyways, I'm going to read this. It says, appreciate and enjoy the lunar light and cycles. So I feel like his heart space and his emotions, like he's gone through certain cycles with himself. He's saying goodbye to something. I can clearly see it here. He's thinking about whatever this is that he needs to disconnect from, some sort of unhealthy behavior or lower vibrational way of being. So farewell to the moon. The moon also is an indication here of darkness and illusion and fear. I'm getting here that this masculine is saying farewell to certain fears, and he is in this lunar light energy trying to appreciate. And I'm getting shadow work, really kind of like making peace with his shadow side, realizing that his shadow side has something to teach him as well. But I am getting that this masculine is still not 100%, doesn't trust himself enough to operate in his energy yet. He just doesn't have the 100% faith that he can open himself up and participate in relationships yet. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. So let's clarify. Yep, strength. So strength is a card where we are building up our strength and our courage. We may not feel strong enough at this time. We can see this whale that is literally caught in this net. And this mermaid, of course, is coming to break him loose. That could be the feminine, you guys, because I do see the strength card as the feminine and the masculine. It's like the perfect combination. It's like the feminine loves the masculine in such a way. And she forgives him for all of his darkness and all of the things that maybe he did or the decisions that he made that weren't the best because he wasn't in his full capacity or strength. And she realizes this and she forgives him for it. So I'm getting here that the feminine's forgiveness of the masculine actually helps him and it assists him in his heart space right now. So that's why it's also important with what came up in the very beginning of this reading, that if we are blaming the masculine, this is actually the opposite of love. So divine feminines, this is about getting into your feminine energy, which of course the moon, I forgot to say, is connected to the feminine. This feminine has some sort of capacity to be able to assist. It doesn't mean she has the ability to heal the masculine. The masculine is responsible for his own healing, but she can certainly assist with her energy. If her energy is dark towards the masculine, that doesn't help the situation. If it's light towards the masculine, it actually helps the situation. So what I'm getting here is that this masculine is literally trying to become stronger. He's literally trying to come up to the surface, but he's still underwater right now. He's still in that cage right now. That's where he's at. And so this is about the feminine getting into her loving energy towards the masculine, energetically, and helping him through this phase, through this cycle where he is lost and he is stuck. Okay? And if feminines, you don't want to do that, and you want to put in the comments, fuck him, he's a bastard, this and that, which I delete all those comments anyways, then it doesn't make any sense to me why you're on the twin flame journey. And also I have to question, do you even understand what it means to be a twin flame? I gotta put that out there. So where is the masculine at in his physical energy with this feminine? Okay, physical world energy, physical body energy with, I don't know why I'm asking this, because this is about where the masculine's at in general, but for some reason I feel guided to ask right now how this connects to the feminine in the physical. So I'm going to. Okay, so we have Arama, wonder voyage, crossing deep waters, pilgrimage, and journey of the soul. What I'm getting from this divine feminine is that the more that you work with this masculine's energy in a positive way in your own life for your own healing, it actually helps him to cross those waters towards you in the physical world. He's on a journey of the soul right now. That's where he's at in the physical world. He's on a journey of the soul. Whether he realizes that it's a twin flame journey or not, that doesn't matter. The label doesn't matter. He's on a journey of his soul right now. So something is happening on a very deep and profound level for him. And we have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is a card of determination. It's a card of strength. It's a card of fighting for something, hanging in there, preserving your energies, being strong enough for the fight. I am getting with this that this masculine, even though he's very much in a timeout, even though he's very much in this energy where he is not feeling strong, he does have what it takes, divine feminine, to cross those waters for you. That's what I'm seeing here. He has the strength and the courage to cross those waters for you eventually. Doesn't guarantee it, but he has it in him to do it. So if that requires you, divine feminine, getting into this energy where you have faith in your masculine, that you believe in your masculine, and that you're his energetic cheerleader. Again, just because you get into that energy doesn't guarantee anything, but why not be in that energy? Why be in crappy energy with your divine masculine? He's attached to you. Why not let that be a good thing? Why continue for it to be a dark energy that's just dragging you down, that's not making you feel happy? Switch the energy today. Make the switch today. All right, where is the masculine soul energy? His spiritual energy, his soul energy. We have sacrifice. Okay, so this sacrifice energy says there are those worth making and there are those that will destroy you. So on a soul level, I'm getting here for this masculine is that he has made some sacrifices. He's made some bad decisions. He may have even sacrificed this feminine and feels like because of the choices that he's made, that he's in this like shitstorm because of it. He might even feel like he deserves to be in this timeout, that he's not worthy of the divine feminine. I'm getting that, okay? But I'm also getting here, this is like the hanged man's energy to me. This masculine is pulling away from all different things in his life, or at least trying to, because he knows that there's something that he has to sacrifice in order to get to the other side of something. So there is this need for him to be on this journey of the soul, because he knows that the sacrifices that he's making on his journey right now are actually going to assist him later on. They're only going to help him to advance as a human being. They're only going to help him on his ascension process and improve as a person. So these sacrifices that he's making, maybe he is, making sacrifices in his career. Maybe he's making sacrifices in his family and friends' choices. Maybe he's made sacrifices in not being in a relationship that wasn't going anywhere, or just to be with somebody just to have someone. This masculine is sacrificing to be alone right now to find himself. That's what I'm seeing. And we have the sun. That's the masculine's energy. So I have the feminine and the masculine coming through with the moon and the sun in this lineup here. So even though we were checking on the masculine's energy in general, I feel like the feminine is very much with him energetically and can positively influence him on this path. So the sun is about love and light. The sun is about positive energy, having confidence. You can do it. You can move forward. You can do this. I know you have this. I know you can make the sacrifice. I'm actually getting this from the feminine right now to her masculine. But this is about becoming very aware of something that's worth fighting for. Because this 9 of Wands, even though it's not the 7 of Wands, the 7 of Wands is usually a card where we're fighting for something. The 9 of Wands means that we have enough on reserve to be able to just make that last stitch of effort on our journey. So what I am seeing, you guys, is that this masculine spiritually right now is in this energy where he's very illuminated. He's very aware, which came up there. He's very enlightened. He sees things very clearly, okay? That's why he's saying farewell to the moon. The moon is about farewell to the darkness. I'm seeing things much more clearly now. I'm feeling more confident than I was feeling before, even though he's got some issues still here. He's working on it. The sun, the strength card is ruled by Leo, which is ruled by the sun. So the masculine is actually coming through pretty strong in this reading right now. He's got what it takes in order to do this journey, to go through this journey, to make his way, to travel across these waters. That's what I'm seeing here. That's beautiful. All right, so we're going to switch gears and we're going to go into the specific energy that this masculine has towards the feminine right now. So we're going to go into the Tarot of the Hidden Realm and combine this with the Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle. Okay. When it comes to the feminine, where is the masculine in his headspace when it comes to thinking about her or how he's viewing her at this time? We have dark moon. So this is kind of interesting, you guys, because we already got in his heart space some sort of moon energy. So anytime I see the word moon, I do think of the feminine when I'm doing twin flame readings. Okay. Farewell to the moon. This is somebody who has matured, growing up. They've done a lot of introspection and they know themselves. But this can also be somebody who's ashamed. You can see that little fairy there on the moon. They're looking down. They're ashamed of their behavior. They're ashamed about something that they've done. So yes, this could be related to the feminine. There may have been something that has happened with the feminine that causes this masculine to feel a little lost. He wants to come out of this darkness, though. We just saw this. He wants to become stronger. But he is in this energy where he is somewhat stuck on the dark side of the moon when it comes to the feminine. King of Cups. But you know what? The King of Cups takes responsibility. That's what the king does. The kings are responsible. They're not the pages. They're not just thinking about something. They're not the knights. They're not trying to come towards you. They're the kings. And the kings sit in the energy. This is very emotional. The masculine is a very emotional energy when he thinks about the feminine. It affects him greatly. Some kind of energy of darkness from the past or just what's happening now affects this masculine greatly emotionally. But he thinks about how he wants to be better. It's also this energy too where this masculine may have done a lot of work on himself and he may not have been able to express this to the feminine because they're not speaking right now, because they're in separation. But he's done a lot of work on himself. He's matured. That king is very mature. So it's not an accident that that word is there. This masculine has done a lot of growing. This masculine has definitely gone into himself, knows himself a lot better than maybe he did before. So he's done some sort of work on himself emotionally and is much more solid than he was before, okay? So when he thinks about the feminine, he has emotion for her. He thinks about the feelings that he has for her. He also thinks about the dark times that they had to go through, maybe in order for him to get to where he's at now. What about his emotions when he thinks about the feminine? Once was innocent. You know, I love this, and I'll tell you why. Because knowledge means change. This masculine has definitely gone within himself, and he has understood something. He has learned something new. And because of this knowledge, he has changed something about the way that he is as a man, or, a masculine. He's changed. It's like once was innocent. We can only be ignorant for so long. But once we become aware of ourselves, then we have no choice but to change. We have no choice but to step up to the plate and take responsibility. The kings take responsibility, okay? And I feel like this masculine wants to take responsibility for whatever darkness he created in this situation. With the feminine. Yep, Two of Swords. Look at that. So this is a very interesting looking card because you can see a feminine that has the sword at the masculine's neck and he can't move, right? I do feel, you guys, that this stuck energy in your connection with your masculine is definitely something that he wants to change. In his heart space, he may not know how to go about that, but what I am getting here is that he wants to do it. That's what I'm seeing. He wants to do that. That's amazing. He wants to change something, but he does feel stuck, though, on how to do that. Two of Swords is a card that's stalemate energy. I'm in my head space. So it's kind of like his heart and his head are having a little bit of a back and forth battle. His head is telling him something and his heart is telling him something else. So he kind of goes back and forth with this energy. He knows that something has to change, though, and that's what I'm picking up on this. He knows that he has to change something, but he may not know how to go about it at this time. His heart is still conflicted. His emotions, he's still trying to process something from the past that's dark. And I feel that's why the devil's energy came up for him in his headspace of something he's thinking about right now. So let's go ahead and go into the energy of the physical. So how is he connecting to the feminine in the physical world? Okay, so we have the green man's bride, sacred union, commitment, ceremony, maturing into a deep relationship. So we have two cards that say maturing. Sacred union, green man's bride. This is a really beautiful energy, you guys, for the physical world. So let's get a card that's connected to this. Page of Wands, he's very curious. Pages are energies where we're curious, we're in our, like we're thinking something, we're feeling something, and we want to do something with this energy. Now, it doesn't guarantee that we will do anything with this energy, but the inspiration is there to do so. What I am seeing, you guys, is that this masculine is currently feeling drawn to his feminine. He's very curious about his feminine. He may want some sort of a brand new beginning and fresh new start because pages are fresh energy. Kind of like going back to the way things were is what I'm getting here, but changed, more mature now. This could be that this masculine may be very curious about what a commitment would be like with the feminine. Okay? It's not an action card, though. Yes, pages can indicate messages. He may want to message this feminine. He may want to send her a message. But I'm seeing that this is more of an energy because of all this other stuff, that he's a little reserved. We already saw he's in timeout mode. So it wouldn't make sense that he's in that timeout mode, but he's trying to make contact with the feminine. That doesn't make any sense. So I'm not going with that storyline because this is telling me that he is thinking about it. He's curious about her. He's curious about what it would be like to be with someone like her. Because when we have the green man's bride showing up, there's no one like the feminine. There's no one like her. He may be in another relationship. He may have been in several other relationships since the feminine. He may be alone right now. Whatever is happening, it doesn't matter because there's no one like the feminine in his life. He has not been able to duplicate that energy with anybody. So that's why we have a lot of confusion and stuck energy tied up with the feminine. So like a child, he may be trying to figure out a creative way to come towards her in the physical world. That could be it. So let's go ahead and get the spiritual energy here. Stardust. Beautiful. Okay, so this one wants to come up reversed. Don't know why, but it does. So, Stardust. Premonition, galactic communications, beginnings and endings. I see the Stardust card as dreams, telepathy, 5D energy. This is literally where your masculine is at with you, Divine Feminine. They're in this energy here where they're trying to make sense as to why they feel all this energy with you. Four of Swords, this is somebody who's been in retreat mode for a while. And we have some sort of an energy where they're trying to transform something here. Four of Swords means we're coming out of hiding. I feel like you're masculine, even though he might not be making any effort towards you right now, that at least you can see. I definitely see that he is wanting to come out of hiding. And he's wanting to approach the feminine in the physical world. He wants it. Doesn't mean he will, but he wants it, and he's curious about this connection. He's curious as to why he feels drawn to her. He's curious as to why he feels like this energy that he can't explain. He just feels her. He just can't forget her. So it gnaws at him. And he wants to figure out what the hell that all means. So something's definitely happening here. Definitely happening. All right, so let's continue. Now we're going to go into the energy here of what energy spirit wants you to hold your masculine in, because that's important. We already know that with what just came up, that spirit wants you to hold your masculine in more of a loving energy, where you are forgiving him, where you are rooting for him to be the best version of himself, no matter if he chooses you or not. You're doing it because you're connected to him, you're his partner, and that is unconditional love. Okay, I already know that, but let's get into it even deeper. We're going to go into the Magdalene Oracle, and we're going to combine it with the Lover's Oracle. What energy does spirit want you to be in towards your masculine? That will be helpful for not only you, but for him as well. We have the Lover's energy here. You know, this is just, of course, just coming through because it's just reminding you how connected energetically you really are. Even if you're not physically together, your energy, your feelings, your vibration matters in this connection. It matters because it affects the masculine, and it affects you, of course. Divine order. You know, this is beautiful because spirit is just kind of reminding you that everything is actually in divine order. You may not feel that way. You might not think that way, but it is. Spirit has a way of balancing things out. And let's go back to the very beginning of the reading. We had karma. We have to step away from our need to judge. We have to step away from our need to have things be a certain way. Everything is in perfect and divine order when it comes to this connection. Heart and soul. Exactly. Oh my. On a heart and soul level. Okay. Very connected on a heart and soul level with this masculine. So let's go ahead and get some clarifiers. Some of these clarifiers could be challenging. So we're going to see what the advice is here. How spirit wants you to hold your masculine at this time. Okay, so we have the Lover, secret admirer. What I'm getting here is that both you and the masculine could, of course, be secretly watching each other. You guys could be secretly checking in to see what's happening. I did just see this masculine in the energy of Page of Wands looking in on the Greenman's Bride. So I'm going to pull that card up because I feel like it's significant. Let's look at it. That's the masculine. That's the feminine. See how the feminine's looking away? She may not know that this masculine is watching her. That's what I'm getting here. This Page is very curious about the feminine. That's the masculine. So he might be secretly admiring her from afar. Now, if you don't have social media, I'm just getting here that he's admiring you in some way, and you may not know this. You may not know this because he still feels connected to your energy. That's what I'm seeing here. So how does how does Spirit want you to hold your masculine? They want you to have a little bit more faith that this masculine actually is as invested as you are in him, but on a different level. So try to have faith that this is not just a one-sided energy, because you might question that. You might question that maybe you're the only one that cares, or maybe the only one that is. I'm also getting too that if there's certain things that you're seeing on social media and you just feel it, you intuitively feel that there's something that's very valid. It's a message from your masculine, and you're picking up on it, and maybe your logical mind is saying, nah. But I'm getting here to pay attention to your intuition, because something about perhaps secretly checking in on each other, there's messages for you. There is some kind of it's a positive energy is what I'm getting here. Okay. So let's get divine order. So try not to question everything. Have more faith. We have miracle. Your relationship is about ready to transform. So Spirit is telling you here that the divine may be calling in for a freaking miracle. Miracles happen all the time, you know? I'm not even going to get into it right now with my own life, but I know that miracles occur because there's certain things that have just recently happened for me that I was for sure, like, it's never going to happen. You know, I've learned to live without something. It's never going to happen. And then all of a sudden I have I'll share it with you guys. I hate to be so like enigmatic about it, but I do believe in miracles because my connection with someone transformed, and it's better than it was before. And everything that had to happen for a reason. That, my friends, is divine order. So this is coming up in this reading today because what Spirit is saying is that there's something very similar in your divine connection. Something is about ready to transform. Miracle healing can occur. Maybe perhaps people coming back together, even hearing from one another again, will feel like a fucking miracle. So believe in miracles is what Spirit's saying. Anything is possible. We can sit here all day long and say, nah, that'll never happen. How do you really know? Have a little more faith. That's what I keep getting from Spirit. Have a little bit more faith. And we have this card that just wants to pop up. Trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. That everything is in divine order. Heart and soul, absorb this energy today. Feel it with every fiber of your being, heart and soul. You and your divine masculine are connected. People are invested, perhaps just on different levels. And something is about ready to transform because we have transform and transformation. Trust in this miracle that there is going to be a transformation in your connection. That does not guarantee physical connection or union, but what that does mean is that people are transforming for the better, and that helps this connection. That helps you, it helps your masculine, it helps everybody that is energetically connected to each other, which is you and your masculine. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. So beautiful. So let's now go into the energies here of upcoming energies on your journey. So we're going to go into the New Era Tarot, and we're going to go into, it's the New Era Elements Tarot, and we're going to go into the El Key, I might not be saying it right, Oracle. What are the upcoming energies on your journey, Divine Feminine? Upcoming energies on your journey. We have Hannah. And I love to use these cards sometimes because it has names. Your name could be Hannah. So this could be a special message for Hannah out there. But that doesn't mean if your name isn't Hannah, that this can't be for you. But that's beautiful. So we have Hannah coming through. We also have, I don't know how to say that name, Brees, maybe? And we have Emily. I think it's Emily. It's kind of an interesting take on Emily, but Emily. Beautiful. And I may not be saying that either correctly. So I love this. So we're going to clarify here. She who listens, that's Hannah. Understanding, witnessing, and compassion. So listening is about being receptive, the receptive divine feminine. Actually going more into your feminine energy, retreating. Sometimes feminines need to be in their masculine energy. And it doesn't mean that your masculine energy isn't required either. But there is something that's going to require you to listen. Listen to your inner voice. Maybe even listen to the divine masculine if he comes through. Whatever this means. Or listen to your guides. Your guides keep telling you something. Are you listening? Are you listening? Let's get a clarifier on that. We have the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is an energy here that's perhaps coming towards you, divine feminine, in the future. It could be an energy here of somebody that just kind of spontaneously comes into your life. They spontaneously come towards you very passionately. Now, this energy may not be very stable because it's, somebody reaching out perhaps and then somebody immediately retreating. So that could be for some of you out there. It could be kind of a touch and go energy. But what Spirit is saying here is that really listen and understand and have compassion for this behavior. Now, you don't have to put up with it. This is not enabling anyone. This is not telling you to let this person back into your life just for something. You know what I'm talking about? Unless that's something that you feel guided to do or want. But you have to understand what I'm getting here, even moving forward in the near future, that somebody still may not be ready, and yes, this could be your masculine, to make this commitment and to be anything else but a Knight of Wands right now in your life, somebody who's just kind of on the edge. They're there, but when it comes to a commitment, when it comes to locking some sort of a plan in place, they're just still a little touch and go. So you have to understand that they're still in this energy here for a reason. You have to have compassion. And it's also this energy here of understanding what you see isn't always what the truth is. That's what I'm getting here. So trust your intuition, you guys. Try not to look at what you're seeing, let's just say on social media, to be the pillar of information. Okay? Really try to go within yourself and spend more time there to understand the truth about your divine masculine instead of what behaviors he's displaying at this time, whether it's towards you or not. We have Breeze, she who surprises, surprise, discovery, and revelation. We have the Two of Wands. Look at that. Two of Wands, it says domination. So the Two of Wands is kind of interesting looking in this particular deck, but usually it shows a man who is standing, just kind of like on the edge of the water, and he has the world in his hand, okay? And he's trying to figure out, what do I want to do? What decisions do I want to make? What plans do I want to put into action? How am I going to obtain this goal? This idea that I have right now, how am I going to do it? So it's kind of like, how am I going to dominate in this situation and make it happen? So to me, this is an energy that's very tied to masculine. Okay, it's very fiery, very dominant energy. So we have she who surprises, surprise, discovery, and revelation. I'm getting here that there might be some sort of a revelation that you have about the masculine moving forward in the near future. You're realizing something about his fiery energy. You're realizing something about this Knight of Wands energy. What I'm getting here is that you have a revelation. You discover something that maybe this is just all ego-based crap. That maybe the masculine is just in this energy because he's trying to find himself. We did get a lot of messages about a discovery that the masculine is currently on, a journey of his soul. But spiritual journeys don't happen overnight. So this masculine is very much in this energy where he is still trying to find himself, and you have to be a witness to this. You're witnessing these transformations and these changes happening before your very eyes. You see it, divine feminine. But the thing is, you might be getting caught up in it as well. So you've got to find a way to kind of pull back, witness it, but try not to take it personally. Your masculine's behavior isn't about you, it's about himself. So, surprise, I'm also getting here that you're going to be very surprised at what your masculine discovers on his journey. That's what I'm seeing here. We got a lot of butterflies here, a lot of transformation. You're going to be surprised at how much your masculine transforms on this journey that he's currently on right now. So try not to get into the headspace that you know everything, that you know what's going to happen, what's not going to happen, because Spirit's saying you might be surprised. You might be surprised, okay? Because domination is power, and that means strength and power and courage to face things. Now we have Amelie, she who questions. It says curiosity, destiny, and search. Oh, look at that. 6 of Pentacles. I'm sorry, 6 of Swords. I don't know why I said Pentacles. 6 of Swords, knowledge. So 6 of Swords is about moving away from the stormy energy of your mind. Really looking at a situation and kind of being somewhat logical about it and rational. Now, it does serve the feminine to trust her intuition and to trust her emotions at times, but then there are other times where we may be feeling upset, we may be feeling depressed, low vibrational, so sometimes those energies can be a little muddled. What I'm getting here is that when you are questioning things, okay, seek to understand more. Learn something more about yourself. You know, move forward instead of regressing and wallowing in the past and wallowing with what you know now. Push yourself further to learn more, because this knowledge is actually going to assist you on your journey, and it's going to help you with your search on your journey. And it's also going to help you with what is destined for you. So when we are questioning whether something's going to happen or not, we're not in an energy of faith. We're not in an energy of trusting that the divine has our back and that everything is in perfect and divine order. We're falling and slipping back into old ways of thinking, ego, fear, all these things that have happened. This person's never going to change. They're always going to be a piece of shit. I hear it all the time. So knowledge means change. And let me go back here. Oh my. We've got a connector. We've got a connector here. Oops. Let me get it. Sorry, guys. I used a lot of decks here today. Okay, let me just get it. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Knowledge means change. And it came up with the 2 of Swords. Oh my God. Okay. Knowledge means change. So that's probably why I said it, is because I'm like, that's very fresh in my mind. But there's a connection here. This came up in your masculine's heart space. So when you question whether or not your connection is authentic, whether it's real, whether or not you're ever going to see your masculine again or be with him again, or if this is destined, etc. What Spirit is saying is try not to get into that energy. Try not to get stuck in that, 2 of Swords, try not to get stuck in that energy. Knowledge means change. The more that you educate yourself, the more that you continue to search for answers within, okay? Or search for answers maybe that will help you, that are outside of yourself, as in resources in, let's just say books or classes or whatever you feel drawn to. When you're in that state of wanting to learn more and acquiring more information, you're not stuck and stagnating. So I'm just getting this, is that you may have been in this energy for a while, but you're no longer innocent. You know better, Divine Feminine, than to stay stuck and either wait or to stay in the darker side of this connection. You know that's not going to help you. You know that's not going to help your connection. You've got to pull yourself away from that energy. So if you're questioning your journey, if you're questioning what's the point of all of this, what I'm getting here is that you still have some work to do. You still have some work to do on this journey. You're not done. This is not a time to give up on your journey. This is actually a time for you to apply yourself and to learn more. Push yourself harder, Divine Feminine. That's what I'm getting. So I hope that makes sense for some of you guys out there. So let's continue. Let's go ahead and see, what does your Divine Masculine want you to know at this time? Okay, what's the most important thing that he wants you to know at this time? Most important thing he wants you to know at this time. We're going to go into the Arcanum Tarot with the Gods and Titans cards, Oracle. What does your masculine want you to know, Divine Feminine? We are going to break it down. We're going to break it down and see. When it comes to the masculine, what does he have on his mind? Okay? What does he want to say to his feminine, or wants her to understand from his mental state, his mental energy? Osiris, renewal. He wants her to know something about, judgment to me is an energy of renewal and resurrection. That's kind of the energy I'm getting from this. Literally, we have the masculine. He is looking up into the sky, and that is traditionally like a resurrection. The heavens are opening up and we're being, resurrected. We're going up into the heavens. So I am getting this energy here from the masculine. He wants you to know, Divine Feminine, that he is in an energy where he does want to renew something with you. He does. He wants to get out of stalemate, stuck energy. He doesn't want to be there in that energy with you any longer. It pains him. It distracts him. It causes him stress. I got to move Tiggs because he's going to, he already just put the cards all over the place. So it is what it is. And those were just the cards that I used in the reading, which is great because I had a plan. I had a plan for all the bottom of the decks at the very end. So I'm going to put them over here. Okay. So let's get a clarifier with the tarot. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. Queen of Pentacles is how the masculine is viewing the feminine. He sees her as the one. And I'm not trying to blow I can't even talk. I'm not trying to blow sunshine up your ass, Divine Feminine. I'm not trying to sell you a fucking fairy tale. But this masculine, he sees your value. He sees you as the one. He either sees you as somebody that he would settle down with, somebody of value, somebody that he would want to have a child with, somebody that he would want to have by his side. So he wants to renew this. He sees your worth. Maybe he didn't before. I see this little rabbit here. Whenever I see rabbits, that to me is like the Empress's energy, the ultimate Divine Feminine. When I'm doing readings, whenever the Queen of Pentacles comes up, I know that the Queen of Pentacles is Empress energy. All the queens are, but this one significantly steps out to me, or stands out to me. It's very physical energy too. This masculine can have a lot of sexual fantasies right now about you, feminine. That's just what I'm getting here. You can see this feminine that's actually holding this masculine. He feels her energy. So if you're sending something to the masculine feminine, I'm getting that he's picking it up. He's picking it up. He's wanting you to understand and know that he's feeling your energy. He might even be affected on a physical level because of what he's thinking when it comes to you. And there's some sort of a renewed energy that he wants to have with you. It's beautiful. So what about his emotions? What does he want the feminine to know at this time? Coming straight from his heart. Straight from his heart, what does he want her to know? Anger, rage. Oh my gosh. Okay, the High Priestess is the Divine Feminine in tarot for me. So is the Empress, and so are the Queens, and so forth. What I'm getting from this, because this is connected to the moon. Remember, the moon throughout this entire reading was very much about the Divine Feminine. Typhoon, anger, rage. He feels in his heart space that this feminine may be very angry towards him and have a lot of rage. Again, feminines, that's why it is so important for you to work on your forgiveness towards your masculine, because he feels it. He can feel this energy when you get into it. He can feel all the good stuff too, but he can feel the negative just as strong. So you have to understand Divine Feminine that he does trust his intuition. His intuition tells him doesn't want to hear from me, or maybe she's angry. Maybe I can't handle that right now. I'm too sensitive. I don't have what it takes, the strength. Remember, he's trying to conjure up the strength to come up to the surface, to face the feminine. So he really wants you to know, Divine Feminine, that in his heart space, he knows that he has caused you some sort of an anger and rage towards him. He knows it. He's not dumb. He knows it. The High Priestess means you know. This masculine is aware of the things that have happened. He is aware how it has affected you, Divine Feminine. He has taken responsibility right now. That's what I'm getting here in this reading. He knows. And one of the reasons that he knows is because he might still feel this energy coming from you. Now, not all Divine Feminines are in that category. You guys may have already forgiven your masculine. You may be in a really great space with your masculine. But that's his own issues then. He may not be able to trust his intuition of that you are open. So that's why it's a continuous effort on your part to soften the energy and to clear the energy field, or that energy cord, I should say, on the forgiveness level. So jump into your heart chakra energy, Divine Feminine, is what I'm seeing here. Jump into your heart chakra energy and do a little bit more work there. Okay? That's what I'm seeing, because the blue here is showing me this is like communication. This is how you're communicating to your masculine. It's through your heart space. That's through your heart space. Your mental and emotional energies that are kind of going back and forth between the two of you, it's very, very intuitive. It's very much in the higher realms. So this tells me that there's probably not a lot of communication in the physical world. So we've got to rely on our intuition. We have to rely on the energy that we're feeling connected to one another. So that is what we see. So let's go ahead and get the energies here. What does the masculine want you to know from the depths of his soul? Okay. What does he want you to know from the depths of his soul right now? Depths of his soul. What does he want you to know? We have chaos. Wow. Set. Chaos. So we have two very similar energies here to me. A lot of similar energies. Let's get this last message. What is chaos? Why does the masculine want the feminine to know something about chaos? Why? Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands already came up in the reading, and I can't grab it because all the cards are on the floor thanks to Tiggs. But Nine of Wands is that energy here where he is just really holding on by a thread. There's a lot of chaos. Masculine wants the feminine to know that he's experienced a lot of chaos in his life, and he's barely hanging on by a thread, but he's still hanging in there. Now remember, the Nine of Wands came up with the physical world energy connected to the feminine, which was he is trying to cross those waters to come back to his feminine. He's on a journey of his soul right now. So he's telling her that things have been very chaotic for me. I'm dealing with a lot of, let's just say, karma and devastation in my life. I'm dealing with a lot of consequences of the decisions that I have made in my life. And I'm getting here that you are one of them, Divine Feminine. You are one of them. I know that you may be in that energy towards me, to where you may not want me to make an appearance back into your life, that you may not want me to make contact with you, that your defenses may be up, that you may not let me back into your life. So I'm getting here that on a soul level, this actually creates a lot of chaos in the masculine's thoughts and in his heart space and in his energy field. So again, it is important, Divine Feminine, that if you are operating in that energy, that you try to do the best that you can on your heart chakra energy to get into that energy where you can forgive your masculine for a lot of the chaos and disruption and maybe anger and rage that he has triggered within you. So you guys can renew this energy and get back to where you guys need to be, on your own journeys or together. So beautiful. All right, so this little tidbit is something that, is an idea that I have gotten from my beautiful sister. Her name is Queen of Light 1111, and we have been just kind of messing around with, certain readings and things like that. And something that she always does is she looks on the bottom of her decks for clarifiers. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So this shout out is for her, and I'm just going to go ahead and steal this idea today. So I'm going to look at all the bottoms of the decks of everything that we just used here in this reading to basically get a parting message from Spirit, what they want you to know, just basically moving forward on your journey, Divine Feminine, what they need you to know today and understand about your Divine Masculine, about your journey, about this connection. Okay. So I'm going to try to keep this in order with the cards that we've already used. So the bottom of this deck here, we have reassuring, we have peaceful, my life is a mess. Wow, my life is chaotic. My life is a mess right now. I'm a mess. We have peaceful. This is green. Heart chakra energy message coming through again. In this energy is going to help to reassure your masculine. I feel stillness within. So he needs his feminine to get into a calmer energy with him to reassure him that it is okay to make that journey across those waters towards her. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. Go within to find peace there, and your life will reflect that. So do you see how it matters how we feel on the inside? This is reflecting what we are experiencing on the outer world with our Divine Masculine. So if your masculine feels like a mess right now and feels very chaotic, we just saw that, feels like there's a lot of anger and rage that you still have towards him, this is about reassuring him energetically. I am not telling anybody to make contact with their masculine. I'm not telling anybody to pick up that phone and reassure your Divine Masculine that you don't hate them. I am not telling anyone to do that unless you feel inclined to do so. This is an energetic thing, energetic energy right now that says, your heart space and how you hold your masculine can help to reassure him on his journey. That is what we have. So let's get into the next message. Bottom of the deck. The world. Success, achievement, gratitude, attainment of great wisdom gained through experience and completion of the journey, fulfilling your purpose. This is so beautiful. What I'm getting here is that type of an energy, remember, it was about moving forward anyways, regardless of what was happening, completing your own journey. And when that word says completion, it's just kind of like we've kind of gone full circle on this journey. Divine Feminines, we've gone full circle. And your masculine, I feel it's like he's still in this energy of being on a journey or even just getting on a journey. So you guys are completing these lessons and you're completing your own soul development and growth and ascension just in different time frames. But it's still, you guys are both very much on this journey together energetically. So it says, fulfill your purpose in the meantime. If you're not with your masculine, continue to be in your mission and fulfill your purpose, okay? We have assurance. Oh my God. Reassuring and assurance. Look at this. So this is coming up. This is definitely coming up for a reason. It's like this, it may even be that people do need, and this is green, you see this? Our heart spaces can assure not only our Divine Masculine, but ourselves that we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay no matter what. We're going to be okay on this journey. This journey has helped us to get into our power, to step into our power, and that's enough. But this is an energy here that we need to be assuring in our heart spaces with ourselves, but also this helps the masculine to feel reassured. So for whatever reason, it's coming through this way, you guys, today. I don't know why. All right, another message. We have true love. This love is this is a once in a lifetime love. And of course, you know this. You're never, and I'm not saying this to trigger anybody, you're never going to feel this way ever again about anybody. Period. You may love again, yes. You may find someone and you may be happy. You may have, you may feel fulfilled on certain levels, but you'll never be able to duplicate this energy with anybody else except for your divine masculine. And that goes both ways. Your masculine will never be able to duplicate this feeling with anybody else besides you, divine feminine. Okay? And the reason for this energy is because this helps people to continuously tap into it. If you keep tapping into this energy because you're drawn to it, because it's so powerful, then when you're tapped into the energy, you question yourself, why am I feeling this way? You know, you go back to a time perhaps when you experienced this connection with this person. It helps you to reassess your life. It helps you to basically get to the nitty gritty of who you are and what you want to do and where you want to go in this life. So this is like the flame that constantly attracts you back to who you truly are. And this who you truly are is connected to this person and vice versa. Holy smokes. All right. Transformation. Transformation came up many times. It came up actually once with, or actually 2 times with the heart cards. Okay. It came up in 2 different cards, the word transformation. So there is transformation happening, no matter if you're seeing it or just feeling it, or maybe even both. Transformation is and will continue to occur in this connection. We have friendship, nurture the bonds of friendship. So what I'm getting for this, you guys, is that your friendships, your soul family could actually be connected to your journey because it's actually helping you to transform as a person. And this goes for the masculine as well. Maybe during this period of transformation and separation, you may rely upon your friends and create deep bonds and nurture those bonds with your soul family and your soul tribe during this period of time. But what I'm getting is our friends are here to help to assist you to transform for the better and vice versa, and for the masculine as well. Wave of power. Surge of power, an upswing in energy, an exhilarating movement. Okay, so what I'm getting here, you guys, is that these are waves, energy waves that are coming towards you, but also that are going away from you towards the masculine. You guys are both being hit with waves of power. You guys could just be literally sitting somewhere. Maybe you're even in public, maybe not these days, but you know, all of a sudden this energy just freaking comes out of nowhere and it just hits you and you're just like, whoa, what is this? Now, these waves of power, there's no indication whether they're positive or whether they're challenging. It goes both ways. There's dark and light and everything. So it's just powerful though. So if you're suddenly feeling very, let's just say, sad and melancholy, this energy could literally be coming from your masculine and vice versa. So again, it just further confirms how sensitive both of you are towards each other's energies. So why not get into an empowered energy? Why not be in a state of positive energy that you're sending your masculine's way? You don't want to send him some powerful negative shit, because all that's going to do is it's not going to reassure him, and it's going to continuously drive the point that you're still pissed off and that he should stay away. Do you see this, divine feminine? So there's something going on here, but I'm getting here that you're getting a lot of the masculine's energy recently. It's coming in waves, and it could even be very exhilarating when you feel it, when you connect with it. We have the Wheel of Fortune, which is just Spirit's way, I feel, of confirming for us that the wheel is turning. That there's destined events. There's certain things that are occurring right now in the world, in your lives, that are literally pointing the direction of this connection in the future. Okay? And even during these times where we feel kind of helpless, we actually always have the ability to steer that ship. So it doesn't mean just because something's destined or fated that we don't have any control over it. I feel that Spirit will continuously push us towards what's destined for us, but we do, of course, still have free will on this journey, you guys. So it's Spirit's way of saying that right now, Spirit does have the wheel in this connection, but people do have to co-create and do still have to steer that ship somewhat to get to their destination. Sorry, you guys, let me get these other cards. I'm having a hard time picking them up with my stupid nails. We have Crystal Magic, Creation, Dawn, and the Beginning. So this could be that some of you guys are really feeling called right now to work with crystals. Either it's for healing purposes or just, even being in the energy of nature, really connecting with Mother Nature. We have dawn and then we have the beginning. So this is like some sort of like a transformative energy where we're kind of going back to the basics, where we're kind of going back to the beginning and maybe reestablishing ourselves, or maybe even tapping into some old energy or even old projects that we didn't complete. So that's coming through. And we have the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups is a card where somebody is confused. Whenever you're confused, what I'm getting here is don't get lost in confusion. Don't get lost in this energy where you're just like, I don't know what I want. I don't know what's going on. Everything feels just kind of like I feel discombobbled right now in my mind space. What Spirit is saying here is that get into the energy of creation. Whenever you're feeling lost, whenever you're feeling dark, whenever you're feeling confused, get into the energy of creation. That is where your power is right now, Divine Feminines. I'm especially seeing that for you. So don't waste time. Don't distract yourselves. Remember the beginning of the reading. Don't distract yourselves with unnecessary bullshit. Step into your power and just keep creating. Period. She Who Dreams. Beautiful. Escape dreams and fantasy. So I feel like I need a clarifier for this. We have Nine of Wands, power. The Nines of Wands came up 3 times in this reading. So that to me is a repeat card in this reading. There's a special meaning or a special message about this connection right now in the Nine of Wands energy. The Nine of Wands may be different for other people out there, but I do see the Nine of Wands as a fighter. The Knight of Wands basically is just like that wounded warrior, but they're a warrior nonetheless. They are a warrior. They are powerful. They have stepped into their power. They know that they can handle it. They know that they can do it. So what I'm getting here, Divine Feminine, this is She Who Dreams. What you're dreaming of, what you are sensing, what you are fantasizing about. What I'm getting here is that this is true. I feel like this is connected to the masculine. He does have the power. He does have the motivation. He does have it in him to win it with this connection with you. Okay? Again, it doesn't guarantee it, but he has it in him. So if you believe in this, if you are in this energy where you see your masculine as being able to step into his power eventually, I'm getting here that it's correct. You're literally manifesting this with dreaming about it, with envisioning it. That's what I see. It's amazing. All right, last messages here. We have Vulcan, inventiveness, and we have this energy of the world. Wow. The world came up as a reminder already. And let me grab it. Well, I don't know where it is, actually. Here it is. The world's energy. So I just feel like we need to read this again. Kind of wrap it up. Success, achievement, gratitude, attainment of great wisdom gained through experience and completion of the journey, fulfilling your purpose. I do feel that right now, wherever you are at with your connection with your divine masculine, wherever you guys are at in the world with each other, whether you're speaking, not speaking, going through major challenges, whatever's happening, we have to continuously create and invent new ways in order to continue on this journey, to grow, to heal, to find our purpose, to be happy. You may not have everything that you want right now with your divine masculine, but Spirit is saying that this world is full of opportunities to continuously invent new ways in order to continue to grow and experience happiness and success and all these things that are destined for you, that you're deserving of. So success, achievement, and gratitude, and attaining this wisdom on this experience, you are fulfilling your purpose, Divine Feminine. What I'm getting here is that you have already kind of almost in a way have stepped into your purpose. Some of you guys may still be trying to figure out what that is, but I'm getting here that you've already attained so much on this journey. You're in the zone of your journey right now. You're on it. You're completing some major cycle on this journey right now. And that major completion, that major cycle may be that you finally realize that this connection, that this journey is not only about the masculine, that it's very much about you and it's very much about your purpose. And it's so much bigger than just two people coming together and being in a romantic relationship. So you guys, I know that was a very long reading and very deep and detailed. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you guys this weekend with some random reading, probably on Saturday. All right. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.